What is a group? A group, in the group, we can have a users, like, so for example, I have a user 1, user 2, user 3 is there. I put all these users in a group, for example group 1, and for a group 1 I given a permission. So I no need to give permission for user 1, user 2, user 3 again. Understand? So you're given a permission to group 1, means the in the group who are the users are there, so they will get that permission. Okay, so like is that is a group. Okay, next, um, a group can be a member of, sorry, group, a group can be a member of other group. Group can be a member of other group. Okay, member of other group. So like a group 1, group 2 is there, so we can add these groups to another group. Okay, we can add these groups to another group. Not only users are a member of, normally we can say users are member of group. Okay, so users are member of groups, that is what we believe. But groups can be a member of other group, can be, means depends upon what type of group it is. Okay, that is called a nested group. A user can be in a multiple groups. Okay, a user can be in multiple groups. User can be in a multiple groups. Okay, a group can be in a multiple groups. Computer can be a member of group. Like this. Okay, so here there is a two things are there. One is a group types and group scope. Group types and scopes. Okay, so first we'll see what is a group types. One is a um, I will show you directly, so then it is quite easy for me. We need a server only for this one. Client is not much requirement, so we'll have to go to the server only. Okay, here in my place, so then I am going to create a group here. So right click, new group, right click, new group. When you're creating a group, it will ask you some options. It shows some options and you have to select according to it. Group, here it is. It is showing new object. What is a new object? What is object? User is an object, group is an object, OU is an object, computer is an object, server is an object. What is an object? It is an account. What it is? Okay, user, group, all this we call it as a objects only. When you are creating, it is showing new object. When you are creating a user, when you're creating a group, when you create a OU, it shows new object. Understand? Object. Group name, for example, first I will create a distribution group. So scope is first one, type is second one. mm, I will take L D G 1, LDG 1. No, L is not good. I don't like LDG. I will take W. Okay, WDG 1. Which group it is? Distribution group. Which group it is? Distribution group. I am creating a group, distribution group. Okay. Next, I'm creating another group. I'm creating another group. Next, domain local. So I'm creating another group W SG1. It is a security. For here, I'm selecting security. Group type is security. Scope is local. So I created a two groups. I created a two groups. Okay. Here, I will show you a difference between these two groups. Like here. Um, okay. So save it and exit. So this is a file. Right click. Go to the properties of the file. This is security tab. You can security tab. Edit. Add. I am putting a W. Check names. Check names. I want to give permission to WSG1 and WDG1, but it is not showing. Only it is showing WSG1. Why? Because of WSG1 is a security group. Okay. So WDG1 not showing here. Why? Because of it is a distribution group. So what is that meaning is distribution groups only for mail communication purpose, means the member of like a group mail communication purpose only, mail communication purpose only. Okay. So where is this types? Okay. So distribution group only use it to does not have SID as theoretically, but last time I checked, security identification is there. Okay. Okay, we cannot give permissions. Already I shared AD managing AD kind of stuff. Already I shared one PPT. Just go through once. So we cannot give permission to the group. Okay, this group we can't give permission because it's not listing. No SID, no security group. Okay, it is this security thing is not there. Next one is only used for mail communication, group mails. Like a member of users, like you are sending a mail to this group, and the users in the group can get the mail. That's it, only for mail purpose only. Security group can give security security permissions, can give security permissions. Okay. Second, yes, for mail communication, mail purpose also it will work, group mail purpose, and it can give permissions to a group. Okay, so that is the thing. Next, scopes. Domain local group. Next one is um, global group. Next one is universal group. Okay, so these are three group scopes are there. So how to create, first of all, before whatever the group it is, how to add a user to the group is important, right? For example, this is a security group. I open my security group, double click on a security group. Now you see it's a security group, domain local, whatever it is. Go to members, go to members, add, add. Um, Both are yes only. So I'll go yeah, Aniket, add. See, okay. So is a member of. Now I add a user to this group. I added a user to this group, WSG1. Apply. Okay. Now I'm going to Aniket, member of C is a member of domain users group by default, and is also a member of WSG1. For example, I want to add Aniket to this group. I want to add Aniket to this group. Add W D. Okay, W is enough. Check WDG1. Okay, okay. Now Aniket is a member of WSG1 and WDG1. Like this, from user side also you can add it to client. Okay, you can add to the group. See, here it is, WDG1 is a member, of both the groups. So I showed you can add a user by open a group and go to members, add the users here, add a users or a groups here. Okay, like this you can do it, or you can go to the your user and go to member of, and you can add a your group. So you are the member of that group. Members, member of, little bit difference is there, so be careful. Next, I want to add this user Apurva to WSG1. How to add it? I want to add Apurva to WSG1. How to add it? I showed both the ways. Non-stacking, sleeping,
So right click.
add to group, or you can go to properties. Okay, go to the properties, member of,
Member of.
add W, check names, SG1. Okay, okay. Now you are a member of that group. So you can see WSG1. So two names are there now. Okay, this is how you can able to add it. And another way of adding also there, from user, right click, add to a group is showing directly. So you can use this option also. Add to a group, W, check names, WDG1, click OK. Okay. Now successfully completed. Now you can see WDG1. See, both users are there. So like this, we can add a client to, means user to group. How to add a group to group? How to add a group to group? Also we can add it. So before that one, I will show you how to create an accounts here. I'm going to create a few groups again. So first one is domain local group. So W, why I'm giving a W? It is easy to search instead of searching in a lot of names. Okay, so I give it always W, X, or Y. There are the most unique letters, starting letters. Uh, the what we can say, alphabetical, chronological, whatever it is. So DLG1, WDLG1 is a domain local group as well as security group. So I created a group. Now I'm creating another group, global group. I'm creating WGG1, global group 1. It's not compulsory to put a W. It is just for a searching, easy searching purpose. You can use any letter. Don't use A. Don't use B, A, B, C, D. Don't use it. Use it something X, Y, Z, like that. It is better. Now universal group I am creating, UG1. So I created a 3 groups. Domain local group, universal group and global group. Here also you can add these users to this one. Okay. So for example, I want to add this WGG1 to DLG1. So we'll see W DLG1 means domain local group. Who are the members? No one is there. Add W check names WGG1. Okay, okay. Now WGG1 is member of domain local group. The global group is a member of domain local group. WGG1 is a member of DLG1. It means it is inside. Member of means DLG1 is adding to other group. DLG1 is try to add another group. It is showing very few. That one is DG1, DLG1, SG1 only. Why GG1, UG1 not showing? Because it's a domain local group, cannot be added to global group and universal group. Here it is. One good theory is also there. Like it's outside raining. Okay, here it is. Sorry, not like this one. This is a domain local group. But it is domain local group. Okay, global group, universal group. Okay, what is this? Actually, you have a domain. You have a domain. This is called a domain. Domain means you have a domain controller. So in a domain controller, sorry, in a domain also you have a PCs, storages. Okay, PCs are there, storages are there, printers are there, right? These are all your local resources. These are all your local resources in the domain. Okay, so if you are a member of domain local group, if you are a member of domain local group, so you can able to access this domain local resources. Here it is, member of domain local group can access domain local resources like a computer, printer, scanners, anything. So you should be a member of a local group. So we have to assign it to access. I have to give a permission to the group access the printer. Member of the group can access the particular printer or a particular storage, particular file folder like that. I given. So then, if you are a member, then you can able to access. Okay. Oh, it's okay. So here it is my forest. Here it is my forest. This is a domain. This is another domain. For example, this domain name is domain 1. Okay, this domain name is domain 2. I have a user here, user 1. User 1 want to log into domain 1. He can log in because he's a local user. User 1 is a by default domain user and he can able to access domain 1 resources. For that one, no problem. But this user want to access domain 2 resources. So he is a work in domain 2 and he want to access domain 2 resources. Understand? Domain 2 local resources he want to access. Then what to do? He should be a member of should be a member of. For example, I'm going to create domain local group 1. I created a group called domain local group 1. Okay. So this user must be a member of domain local group. So in this one, then I assign some resources to domain local group. So using that access means local group permissions. Using that group permissions, user one can able to access it. So that's why that is domain local group. Here it is global group. I have a global group in my domain one. So what I have to do, I have to access user one want to access domain 2 local resources. So we cannot add user one to DLG one directly because both are different domains. So I'm add my user one to global group. So then user one can go outside of my domain, and I add this global group to domain local group. I can add global group to domain local group. GG is belongs to domain 1, DLG is belongs to domain 2. GG1, for example, I have a multiple domains, different global groups are there, so I can add them to this one. So the member of global group, okay, member of local global group is user 1, member of DLG1 is GG1, member of DLG1 is GG1. So user 1 through GG1 and the DLG1 he can able to access the resources assigned to the group. Resources assigned to that group he can able to access. That's why global group. Okay. Global group members cannot access local resources. But global group, the based on the membership, he can able to access. Another one is universal group is there. Universal group in generally by what I learned from any great person. If you are want to access a domain resources in the different forest, you want to access domain resources in the different forest. For example, I have a you2 want to access domain resources means domain local resources in a different forest. So compulsory you should be a member of domain local group. You should be a member of domain global group, local group here. And you should be a member of universal group here. In this domain one, you should be a member of universal group. This universal group is a member of domain local group here, and then only you can able to access. If you don't understand, it's okay, but understand 2 points mainly. If you are a member of domain local group, then only you can able to access the local resources. The domain users not required any group membership. Why? Because of by default there are a domain user only by default. Whenever you create a user, user is a member of domain users group. Okay, and he can access his domain local resources directly. But if you are a member of different domain and you want to access domain local resources of other domain, then you should be a member of that domain local group. Okay, this is the user of domain 1, this is the group of domain lock, this is a domain 2. Okay, uh, something is happened to me. What I'm speaking also I forget. Okay, user 1 in domain 1, DLG1 in domain 2. You should be a member of it. How to get it? So through global group. That's it. So universal group, it is okay to understand. Okay. This is about your one part of group, and other groups also I will show you. So there is a different groups are available in a built-in and other places. For example, these are different groups are there. If you are a member of this group, so you will get different rights. Like if I add a user to Hyper-V administrator, so he can able to work with a Hyper-V thing. Printer operators, okay, RDS, endpoint server something, server operators, okay, remote desktop users, okay, administrators. Okay, if I add a user to administrator account, you become a administrator. This administrator account we cannot modify. See, it is members, members, administrator, user, domain admin, enterprise admins are a members in the administrators group. Is a member of nothing. Okay, member of nothing. If I add it to administrators, if I add an account to administrator, you become a administrator of entire enterprise. Okay, next users. So you can see a user administrator. I double click on administrator, go to member of. C is a member of administrators group, domain admin group, domain user group, enterprise admin, group policy creation, schema admin. So for example, I have a users, right? I have a lot of users. Okay, a HR is there and Java. Okay, I will use these users only. Why? Okay. Mm, okay, I have a user here. I'm adding a user to. One second. I'm not adding anyone. Just a double click. Member of. See, by default, every user is a domain user. That's why you can able to access domain local resources. Next, I want to add to domain admin group. So domain is enough. Check names. If I add user to domain admins group, he become a domain administrator directly. Now this user is a domain administrator group. Okay. So these are default groups are available. If you are a member of that group, automatically you will get the permissions from the default group. Okay. So just will show the write those groups. So there is a default groups are there, or special groups, specific groups are there. Like admin power groups are there. Mainly default groups are admin groups. Okay, or admin groups are there. Like domain users group, domain admins group, enterprise admins group, administrators. Administrators is a group. Administrator is a user. Administrators is a group. Okay. Server operator, operator or operators. Okay. Server operators, backup operators, backup operators, group policy creators. Okay, so like that, so many administrative, non-administrative groups are there, and there is a special groups also there. Okay, okay, ignore the spelling. There is a special groups are there, like everyone I'm giving, right? Everyone. Actually, there is not no group is there. Everyone is not even a group also, not a specific group. Everyone means everyone. The meaning is there. That's it. There is no member of everyone is not there. Everyone means anyone. Okay. Authenticated users. What is authenticated user? A user is login successful. User name, password verified successful, means the user is authenticated user. Any user who can able to authenticate, who got authenticated, those are authenticated users. Any user who got authenticated, that is called a authenticated users. Interactive interactive users, interactive users like groups are there, interactive groups. One is more important. Anonymous users. Anonymous type. Ignore the spelling. Understand it is. My backbone start pushing me to not to do anything. Okay. So anonymous users like this. Okay. So important users are here. So I've written, but I'm removing also. Everyone and authenticated users are very important users here. Okay. So everyone means anyone. So it is no name and all kind of stuff. Authenticators who got a authentication. That is who got username password verified. Those are called authenticated users. Here are other users like a by default every user is a domain user. If you add a user to domain admins group, then automatically the user is a domain administrator. If you add a user to enterprise admins group, he's become a administrator of entire your forest. Is administrator of entire your forest, like that. Okay, so these are the different groups are there. Okay, guys, is it enough or you want more about groups?
Enough, sir.
Enough? I think
Enough,
you
sir.
guys are not satisfied. That's why you're not speaking.